exposed to it. First exposure wasn't really the one we wanted. Can you help us out? The attempt to help us out was I had 3 students present their GIS final projects. And a board member and his whole IT team was drooling over the idea, not just about the technology, but also hiring 1 or 2 of them. Didn't work out, but at least that's the exposure we can give you. Think about that. Huh? So what we're going to do here today in this class is slightly a little bit different. For, I would say half, 2/3 of this classroom, this is session number 1 in class number 2. With very little or somewhat different exposure to real estate development prior in your lives, or bachelor's degrees, etc. So what I'm trying to say with this is, we haven't done this morning, we're going to have a quick introduction who's who. Why? Because we're doing a group-based team project. So in GIS, you run a solo project. Most of the time you're dealing with 1 or 2 of your friends and with me. Here, part of your grade is team-based work. And one of a really cool person, Douglas Smith, president of EDSA Plan, downtown Miami, Fort Lauderdale, came here once and explained how his philosophy works with team projects with his work downtown. They're doing studio-style teams. You have a principal, and you have a bunch of folks in a team. Usually it's the same crowd. If you have a special topic, you pull in the special topic people. You need to check your ego at the door. Yes, I know, we are all special people. We all have special ideas and characters. You're part of a team in a team-based learning environment, particular for this class. There are a few in this room who successfully mastered other classes that have been team-based. Raise your hands, team-based. Last year, Dev 2. Who was in Dev 2? You have been in Dev 2 with me. John?
1.
Oh. No, it's okay. Still have the great opinion. It's the same opinion. Now, team-based is having a love affair and being at war at the same time. The way you do this is the way you choose how it's supposed to be. I have folks with 0 days experience in the program or industry. I have folks with 20, 30 years or something in experience in the industry. Some of you come from the construction world, if I might point you out. 25 years of carpenter? Brilliant, fantastic. I love that. It's different. 25 years-ish experience in the industry on a construction site will be different in the classroom than someone who comes here, let's say, with a history degree and struggles with finance. But it's a good thing, because we are not going to do a real-world, hard-paced, freak-out every night project. We're not doing a $500 million airport reconstruction, expansion model. Did that. Changed the topic 2 days before class. We're not doing that. We're not doing a 1 1/4 acre corner property with the most complicated background story you can imagine. Juliana's laughing. We're not doing that. Now, we're playing with Lego blocks. And I was like, oh, hey, do I really need to do that? Yes. Purpose of this class is team building exercises. And mix a lot of land use planning and project design in there. What we're going to do is we're going to use Urban Plan, which is a gaming setup developed actually by the Urban Land Institute, ULI. If you haven't heard about the ULI yet, you didn't read his emails. If you are interested in membership and network events with the ULI, read his emails. What we're going to do is we're going to, at the end of this class today, we're going to set up and explore this gaming setup of Urban Plan. It sounds simple. I have seen as much trauma in a team-based environment on Lego blocks. Technically they're Duplo, but they're Lego here in the continental US. Around those Lego blocks, then around a $500 million airport project. The Lego blocks give you less sleep deficit. They're also more fun.
And less expensive.
They're freaking expensive. There's no other French word to say that. Seriously, I need more. I need more for other groups, but we'll get to that. All right. So my lesson plan today is, I want to do welcome, do the paperwork with you. Yes, it's paperwork, so the whole thing is schedule, syllabus, I need to make roll call. Remember, for legal purposes, we need to prove activities and attendance in the classroom first 2 sessions. If not, financial aid will have some issues with you also, and etc. Then I do a lecture. I'm going to do the lecture as in fill the gaps for the textbook. And I'm pleased that I see the little textbook and not the big version of it. This is good enough. If you didn't get the textbook yet on time, I put the first 2 chapters of it on Canvas. So you should have read it already, but you can catch up. This book is very interesting. It's old, but it has so much information between the lines. There's in chapter 1, it talks about the spirit of the site. And you're like, yeah, sure, spirit of the site. And then they have what is it called, Feng Shui, Feng Shui. Talk about the Chinese master. Yeah, Feng Shui. Feng Shui. There's a different pronunciation, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get Kona Gray as a guest speaker. Weekend's a little bit difficult to get him. He is a principal planner working for and partner at EDSA Plan. And one thing he will tell you, one of the first slides when he talks about projects, is, well, they did this bamboo-based eco-lodge in China. It's like a high-end resort place, hotel, retreat place. And it took forever to get design and building materials. Building materials are locally sourced, environmentally friendly. They built a whole bridge out of bamboo and all that stuff. Yeah? And they had those Feng Shui masters on site to capture the spirit of the site. So I'll kind of give you a tease on that one, but I had students come in, the spirit of the site, and then 3 or 4 weeks later, we have a highly recognized and decorated successful professional talking about, well, it's important that you actually take care of the culture and the identities of sites on the spirit, what's going on. Some people sleep with their head to north in the bedroom. Why? Because if they sleep to the south, they don't sleep well enough, and all that. Yeah? Some people believe in that kind of energy. Why should we not start having somewhat a conversation about that? Never stops, or it's never bad to actually say, let's learn a few things differently. Doing a quick lecture then, to give you some theory and fill the gaps between the lines. I take intense notes when I prepare for class. So I'm going through a bunch of my notes while I'm talking about the slides. And then about halfway-ish in, I want to open up Pandora's box, aka the Lego blocks. Because this is a role-play-based gaming setup. So we need to identify who's who, where you're at, what are your skills for the different roles in this game. Let's say there's a marketing director, there's a city liaison, there's a community guy, and there's a financial analyst. Well, if you have a finance background, financial analyst would be perfect, but in the role play setup, you can do something else you have not experienced yet before, because it's a controlled environment. It's not overwhelmingly controlling you, but it's a controlled environment. And when we come back to the roles and the setup on this, again, it's important to understand you're going to play that role. If you are going to be the financial analyst, you're going to tell the city planner portion of your team, it's not going to work with the numbers. And you need to stand your ground and say, this is not going to work with the numbers. We cannot build that. Versus the community person who might be an advocate for the skate park versus tearing down the homeless shelter. And the homeless shelter will be a big pain. Everyone gets an agenda with a bunch of, not necessarily checklists, but a bunch of checklist style points they need to defend and uphold. With the idea that you are actually a development team that wants to make money for themselves and for the city, as in part of the setups for that kind of case study, modeling or gaming setup. It's a game which teaches you way more than just yellow and orange blocks. Keep that in mind. I present a video later and you will say, it's like high school kids in that video. After 6 weeks of that stuff, you are going to love it. I had students complaining about doing an airport project because they wanted to do the Lego project. So we'll see. But that all said, hi, how are you guys doing?
Decent.
Decent?
Decent.
All right. Why don't you start, Mr. Decent, and say who you are, where you're coming from, and what else is decent?
So I'm Anthony. I moved here from Atlanta. I just graduated with my undergrad from Savannah College of Art and Design and Interior Design. And a fun fact is I'm also Russian.
Hi.
Go this way? Alright. Hey guys, I'm Alex. I just graduated from Florida State with a psych degree. So I'm pretty new to all this stuff. So.
Hi, my name is Alana. I'm from Virginia. I recently graduated from the University of Pittsburgh. Fun fact. Yeah, I like to travel. I haven't seen as much as I would like to, so I would definitely travel. It's like a plus for me. See more of the West Coast of Europe.
Hi. We're going to go through all of you guys, so it doesn't matter.
Hi, I'm John. I'm a practicing attorney in Brooklyn, and this is actually my 4th graduate program here at Nova, so I obviously went to school. So I went to the Shepherd Law Center, and then with 2 graduate degrees from Isaiah, and my main focus of my practice is real estate, litigation, and landlord tenants. So if anyone needs any in regards to law, or if anyone's interested in law school and some of my classes and interested in go to law school, I'll be happy to help you out. I'm in this program basically because I want to go into other areas of real estate and develop those of my interest. So they get meeting contacts and networking. So that's it.
Okay, I'm Adriana. I just graduated